would win in a fight? Twice from My Hero Academia or Black S from One Punch Man? That's right. We're taking two of the most ridiculous multipliers in anime and making them duke it out. Imagine this Twice, fresh from May Season 7, with his quirk going berserk, endlessly duplicating himself into an army. It instantly brought back memories of Black S covering the entire Monster Association HQ with his insane division ability. Now let's get into it. What happens if these two meet in battle? Who do you think takes the W? Drop your guesses below, but before we dive into the fight, let's break down their arsenals. Twice's quirk doubles isn't just about making one or two copies. This guy can create exact replicas of anything as long as he knows the measurements. Yeah, Twice could even make a version of me. Not that I'd want that. But here's the catch. His clones wouldn't have my strength or powers. They'd just be regular. Now, when it comes to himself, he can make an unlimited number of copies, but there's a downside. His quirk comes with a serious limitation. With every copy he makes of himself, the clones get progressively weaker. You saw it in Toga's Sad Man's Parade, right? A single broken bone could disintegrate a clone, and the more he multiplies, the weaker each clone becomes. Ever noticed in the latest episodes, his clones are mostly there to overwhelm with numbers? They barely fight, just gang up on heroes to push them back. And if he messes up the measurements, poof, that clone is gone. Think Twice could take on a powerhouse like Black S? Now, there's some debate in the fandom if Twice dies. Do all his clones vanish too? There's no solid evidence in the anime or manga yet. But if you know the answer, hit the comments and enlighten us. Let's get on to Blacks. This dude is no joke. One of the most powerful dragon-level threats in One Punch Man. And anime-only fans might not fully grasp how terrifying he really is. Yeah, we saw him briefly in Season 2 when he didn't bow down to Orochi, but there's a whole lot more. Black S can divide himself into 54 trillion cells. That's right, no clones. No quirk, just 54 trillion separate self-sustaining cells that can merge or split at will. And every one of those cells is fully sentient, with the same strength, speed, and durability as his original self. In manga chapter 149, Black S goes wild each cell of his body, not just any clone, shatters Genos, aka Demon Cyborg, one of the top S-class heroes like he's nothing. And it doesn't end there. He wipes the floor with both Genos and Tatsumaki in their weakened states like they're bugs. Proof? When Genos launches himself into one of Black S's clones, he only manages to destroy 3. And Black S casually says, he unalived 3 of us, but we've still got 44 trillion left. Oh, and don't forget, the remaining 10 trillion, they're chilling in Golden S form. And if that wasn't OP enough, Black S has a higher form. By merging 10 trillion cells, he becomes Golden S. And if he merges all 54 trillion cells, he levels up to Platinum S. A speed demon so fast and durable that he can blitz every single Twice clone before Twice even knows what hit him. It's straight up broken. You're thinking, 54 trillion? That's insane. Well, it's not just about numbers. He can instantly divide, dodge, or overpower enemies, and those cells are nearly indestructible. Even Atomic Samurai, one of the fastest swordsmen, couldn't fully cut him down. When Platinum S merges all 54 trillion cells, he reaches a level where he can blitz enemies at light speed. He is taking on both Flashy Flash and Monster Garou. So how does Twice's quirk stack up against that? Does Twice even stand a chance if Black S goes full platinum mode? Then there's the question of speed. Black S could deploy all his 54 trillion cells in an instant. Meanwhile, Twice can only make 2 copies at a time. 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, and so on. Sure, it escalates quickly, but do you really think Twice could create enough copies fast enough to outnumber Black S? Even though you may think it takes forever to outnumber Black S, if Twice had about 45 seconds, he'd have 54 trillion clones. But here's the kicker. Black S could have all his cells out and ready before Twice even finishes saying double. So, what do you think? Would Twice be able to outsmart Black S, or would Black S's overwhelming speed and power wipe out Twice's army before it even fully forms? Now factor in their mentality. Black S is cold, calculating, and arrogant. He believes he can take on anyone. His ego is sky high, and it's well earned. He held his ground against King Orochi without flinching and survived against the strongest of S-class heroes. Twice, on the other hand, has serious self-esteem issues. He's emotionally fragile, which is why he struggles so much with trusting himself, and we saw how that played out during his introduction. You really think Twice would keep it together long enough to beat someone like Black S? Could his numbers make up for his mental weaknesses? And if Black S gets serious and goes into Platinum S mode, it's game over for Twice. We're talking faster than light speed here. He could take down Twice's army before Twice even realizes what's happening. It's like putting hydrogen bomb against a coughing baby. So how long do you think this fight would even last? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And hey, don't forget to smash that like button, drop a comment on which characters you'd like to see fight next, and subscribe for more epic showdowns.